Make sure his little thing is green.
Yeah, that's the most important part. I'll be trying to tell people. I'm gonna put the chat box on real quick. There we go. Full screen this. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
we there.
we there.
I've been waiting on. I've been quietly waiting for a beat to hop on.
This guy.
And this is the beat I've been trying to hop on. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I didn't even do a promo for this because we both weren't even sure if this was going to happen.
Not at
But
all.
the man to the right of me was Kevin Samuels before Kevin Samuels.
Stop
He
it.
put the motherfucking cheese in cheesecake.
This guy.
Oh, you thought you was doing fatherhood. He's already done that.
This guy.
I got a legend that's been with me, I can say, my whole life, from zip code to zip code, 90016 to 93311. This man has watched me grow to the man I am today. I
have
want
to agree.
everybody
This guy.
in the comment section, give the round of applause to a king, a messiah, better known as Corey. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I forgot I got neighbors.
This dude.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry.
This dude.
My fault. My fault.
This.
I'll forget. I'll be forgetting I got neighbors sometimes.
Yeah.
And during the day, I can do, like at night when we record,
We can do that.
I can do that.
But not during the day.
Not during the day.
Right.
I love the fact that I'm happy the fact that was on camera. I hope the mic picked that up.
Yeah.
But anyways, how you feeling today, brother? Go ahead, pull the mic a little closer to you. There we go.
I'm living my best life, bro.
Living my best life.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's the best way to put it.
but that's the sole reason why you're on this show, because you talk about somebody who has lived life, who has stories.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Like who has like? Let me just start it off here, brother. How many jobs do you think you've had in your life?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And count the little ones too.
6, 7, 8, 9, about 12.
12 jobs.
About 12.
That's a lot.
And then when I was in Florida,
Mhm.
I was a farmer.
Wait.
So I sold plants.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I sold plants.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that doesn't count as a job.
Yeah.
That's when I was an entrepreneur. But yeah,
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I
know
get.
you- I know you. I
I
was an
get you.
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, definitely.
Um,
Starting your own business.
but technically, I haven't had a job since November 2019.
November 2019.
I haven't had a job.
That's wild. Like you've really been in the deep, the solo dolo entrepreneurship, figuring it out.
Yes.
Just to start on that, because I loved having this conversation with everybody, because
Yes.
I was put into this position. I've always wanted to do it, but
Yes.
I cannot say I've taken, because at one point I was like, I quit my job and I'm like, I'm doing me. But now it's for real.
For real.
It's for real, with a
real.
baby on top of that. So
Right.
now it's like for real.
This is real life.
I want to know what keeps you going, brother? How do you function? How do you function when things aren't going your way, more specifically?
How do I function when things aren't going my way? Very carefully, because as you know, like a lot of things lately haven't gone my way.
Yeah.
So I have to do what I enjoy,
Okay.
right? So I love to cook, as you know.
Yes.
I love to cook, and I love my children.
Yes.
So my motivation to keep going is my children. Like
Mhm.
real talk. Like let's just keep it a buck. because if I had gone through some of this bullshit with no children, um, I yeah
Do you
yeah
do you still think you would be where you are today? Raymond said, "Oh damn, just hopped onto YouTube. This is where I find you now." Yes, yes. By the way, thank you,
yes
Ray. Um, do you think your life would have been the same if you never had any children?
not at all, not even close.
Explain. What would that life been like? Because I've only known you as the family guy. I'm sure you're seeing what's going on. I'm going to talk about
Right,
fatherhood.
of course, we're doing fatherhood.
Yeah, but
I'd probably be in the streets.
Mm.
I'd be for the streets.
mm. So kids essentially have. Oh, he said the guest is super low. Thank you so much, brother Ray. I get that all
Yeah.
fixed.
Is that better?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna actually bring it closer to you. That's why I love the chat. The chat is
Right.
No, yeah. I'm gonna literally shift this thing on over.
Okay.
There we go.
For sure. Is
There we
that
go.
better? Let me know. That's
There
better,
we go.
right?
Thank you. Super low. There we go. Perfect. I always have to make sure that
For sure. Yeah.
that everything is
Gotta
coming
make
in.
sure it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So on my end it's good, but when it goes through the stream and everything, you can't really tell. But you were talking about you be for the streets.
I'd probably be for the streets. Yeah, I'd be for the street. I can't even lie. I'd be for the streets.
What-
I'd be a conscious hoe in the streets.
A conscious hoe.
Yeah, I'd be a conscious hoe.
So you'd be like one of them hotep niggas.
No,
No.
I'd be a conscious hoe. I said what I said.
So define a conscious hoe, because in my head I see a conscious hoe as like the hotep.
No, I'd still be Kari. but
Okay.
No kids,
Okay.
and yeah,
Okay.
I'd have a plethora of friends, and I'd still be.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your, because as you very well know, I'm new to fatherhood.
Yes.
I'm only like 4 months in, literally, as of last
Literally,
week.
yes,
Literally, I'm
literally.
4 months in
Yes.
for something that I will never. It dawned on me. I was like, yo, I will never not be a father ever again. Like
This is it.
This is it.
The best thing is being a father is the best job ever.
You think so? Yes.
Being a father is the best job ever.
There we go.
Being a father is like investing.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
You put in your time and energy. The return on your investment,
Yeah. Your ROI.
your ROI takes 2 decades. Right? So your return on your investment, in my case,
Yeah.
right, is my oldest will be the first person in our family to graduate from FAMU. I didn't. Facts. I didn't graduate from FAMU. I went to FAMU.
Yeah.
I love my school, right? I'm a rattler forever.
Yeah.
Don't play with me.
Okay.
right? Y'all know, don't play with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Isaiah, right?
Shouts
the
out
little dude-
Isaiah.
Right. He's gonna graduate.
Wow.
Period. Point blank.
And we were talking about this off camera. You literally, when you were taking him to school at one point,
Yes. So
was it at fam? Like,
yeah.
it was.
So when he was born, there's people who know me on campus as the guy who's with the baby.
And now he's graduating from that
And
institution.
now he will be graduating from that same institution.
That's got to be
Facts.
a hell of a feeling.
Very.
That's got to be a hell of. That's got to
Yeah.
bring one hood tear to your eye. Like, man,
A little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
This is where I find you to be so interesting. Education. I see you as a person who knows more than the education system. Do you think, this is my first question,
Here
do
we
you
go.
think college is necessary in 2023? Because you're one of those people who I know have learned everything through books. But,
All right. So education is necessary
why is education necessary in
because
2023?
you can't be stupid.
That's not a good answer.
No. How are you going to be an intelligent, active citizen in society if you're not educated? I didn't say college. I said educated.
Oh, you got me.
I know. I got you. Right? So,
Okay.
for example, one of my neighbors, when I lived over in Campus Park South,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
he was an electrician.
Yes.
No college education, right? But he had a skill. So he was educated
Right.
in being an electrician. He has a skill that he didn't learn at a 4-year university, right? When I was at FAMU, I did construction work
Right.
because I studied architecture.
Yeah.
And I know this man is an ancestor now, but Mr. Willie, right? Mr. Willie had a third grade education, but he could build a home with his two bare hands.
That's crazy.
On site, he could tell me, go out 27 feet. No, he'll say, go 27 feet, like that.
And
And I would walk. He'd say, no, a little further, a little further. He learned a skill. He was an architect. Go enroll in a university. He learned a skill.
So do you think that, so are you saying that it's important with students today that they make sure that they learn their skill?
You have a skill, sir.
I do.
All right.
I do. I ain't gonna tell.
We're here.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
You have a skill, right?
Yes.
On top of learning that in college,
Yeah.
you learned how to do some of those things outside of your college classroom.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Right. So, college is a place to go learn certain things, right? But when you leave your home and you go to college, you learn how to operate in life. You learn how to cohabitate with people who don't bathe, people who do bathe, people who eat certain ways, people who are drunk, people who are not drunk, people who have drug problems, people who don't know how to talk. You got to learn how to talk to them.
Yeah.
So going to college is not just getting a piece of paper to say I did it, but you have to go learn to be a human being and operate in society, not just a piece of paper.
And college provides that almost like a test run of.
It provides a test run. I became a man. I learned how to be a better man at Florida A&M University. Like, the highest of 7 hills taught me a lot of skills.
Did that purposely rhyme too?
No, it just is.
Yeah.
But it did.
Yeah.
It did. But no, but for real talk, like, going to FAMU was probably the best decision I ever made.
And for those who don't know, if I'm not mistaken, FAMU is the HBCU.
Florida A&M is the HBCU of the century, of the universe. Like, for real, like, we're gonna have a conversation.
I mean, when people have the HBCU conversation, it's always Howard, them Bisons. I know. So that takes me to my next question. Where do you value an HBCU education versus a PWI, predominantly white institution? Like, do you think that there's value in the HBCU
There's
system?
more value in HBCU than the whole PWI system.
Why? Just for those who know, I know why. My father's David Cook. But to have, like, for this open forum kind of conversation.
For this open forum, how much more do you get out of being in an environment that's full of you? Successful you. All shades of you.
Right.
Everywhere. Your teachers, the cafeteria person, the office people, the people who built the school.
Yeah.
You have a history of you being successful at something. You being successful. Not watching somebody else show you how to be successful.
Right.
But you showing you how to be successful. Like, really? Are we seriously having that conversation?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Listen, I got a homie, Dr. Galloway. And when I say doctor, he's literally a doctor, and a doctor in chemistry, to be specific. His entire education started at Shaw University.
Yes.
And he's told me, he's like, yes, on paper, people are gonna discredit Shaw because it's not one of the big HBCUs. But he's like, the type of support I got was allowed me to go to UC Merced for free, because they made sure that I did everything I had to do properly, and then make sure I transfer into UC Merced to get my doctorate to become the man. And at the time, I didn't really understand. And my dad, you very well know my father all too well. But
shout out to David Cook.
David Cook,
man,
always and forever. I'll
the
make
man,
sure I
bro.
clip this for him.
Yes.
But he was like, Mohammed, he's like, at the end of the day, it's your life. You do whatever you want, but no one's going to understand your social experience or your experience in society like somebody who is like you. So I always look back and I wonder what my life would be like if I attended an HBCU. That's one of my biggest things.
It would be different.
Significantly
different.
Because all my friends who have attended HBCUs, I definitely, fresh in school and fresh out of school, we all look the same. But now we're starting to see where that little extra support came from. Now we're seeing it.
Yes.
Because now I'm 5 years removed from my college education, my undergrad.
Yes.
So, but I want to come bring this back to you. I want to talk about architecture.
Yes.
Right? That's something that every time you tell me, I forget that you have a whole background in CAD. I forget.
Right.
Computer automated design, for those who don't know, that's a software that helps you build. I mean, not helps you. That literally builds everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
What led you into architecture? I don't ever hear black people say that.
Okay. So we were having the conversation about how many jobs I've had before.
Yeah.
Right. From birth to high school. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Wait, hold on. Birth to high school, it's 18 years. That means every 3 years you're moving. Just about. That was your average.
Just about. That was my average. But that when I say 6 times, that I'm talking about 10th grade, not 11th and 12th grade, because then I moved 2 more times, right? But when I was in junior high school, I said I want to learn architecture.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't want to have to move when I become an adult. I want to build my own home. That's literally why.
Do you still have that same?
I still have that. Mind you, I've moved. Right?
Yeah. How many? You can't even put a number on that
I
one.
can't put a number on it.
Yeah.
But I'm still a builder. I still create and build things.
Yeah.
It's just not something with 4 walls.
Right. I like
Right.
that.
What I try and do is build human beings.
I knew you was gonna hit me with some quotes that are gonna have me stumped in the middle.
But not stumped.
Yeah.
But
When you say that.
so my job,
Mm-hmm.
right, is to uplift fallen humanity. That is my job. I signed up for that job on May 27th, 1991.
So.
Because
Yeah.
I know you're going to ask me all these questions.
Yeah, brother, you know
Right.
me.
So I went to El Camino, friend of mine,
Los Angeles, California.
of course.
Yeah.
And he just was acting different than everybody else. I never understood, like, why are you different? Like, something different about you.
Yeah.
What do you know that I don't know?
Yeah.
Right? So I learned. And talking to him, I learned African history, how we got here, all of those things.
Yeah.
Right? But his conversation was about who are you? Not African people, but who are you?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I'm me. I'm Kari. No, he's like, no. Where do you come from? What's your nationality? We're having that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Right? And at that time, I was looking at, mind you, my father was a minister. So, of course, right? Shout out to Reverend Tata. Daddy, I love you, man. But I tried to learn everything. The Bible, Torah, Buddha, Hindu, like pick something spiritual. I tried to look into it, right? And May 27th, 1991, I took my shahada in my living room with my best friend, my girlfriend, and my sister.
And explain that for those who don't know.
Those who don't know is when you choose to be Muslim, you openly say, essentially, this is what I believe in. This is how I'm going to live my life.
Correct.
Essentially.
Yes.
And as a Muslim man, half of your responsibility is to have a family.
Yeah.
Husband, father. In that order. Not the other way around. Just make sure I'm clear. Husband, father. For the people in the back. God damn it, I said husband and father.
Right.
If you're going to be a husband and a father, you're going to be a builder of men. Right? Me, myself, in looking out in this community, just period, in my community, we need people to kind of communicate.
Yeah.
Give game, so people understand. So I've been talking to this guy for 2 decades.
Literally.
Right? Literally 2
Literally.
decades. But I realized that the reason why I have chosen to build a better human being is because as a child, there's certain building blocks I didn't get. Right?
Right.
So there's some male masculine influence I didn't have.
Yeah.
Right? So I had to basically learn it on my own.
Yeah.
On the job training.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's how you summarize just being a black man in general.
In America, yes.
In America is on the job training.
On the job training. So I take every opportunity I can to leave somebody with something. You already know. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah.
So if I can feed you, right,
Yeah.
I'm giving you something healthy that you can chew on and be better for your body, whether it's mentally, whether it's spiritually, whether it's emotionally, whether it's letting you know it's okay to do that,
Yeah. Yeah.
or to literally feed you,
And you've always been very healthy. Well,
for the most part.
as long as I've known you.
For the most part,
Yeah, yeah.
I've tried to be very healthy.
Yeah.
For the most part.
You got on my head about that on like my water consumption. It was during COVID, because me hearing this makes, I've never heard you say it like this. That's why this is as much of a show. This is still learning for me in this process, in this exchange.
Yes.
Because you saying that being a teacher, that's how I'm summarizing it. It's being a teacher, but a teacher with value, not a substitute teacher who's just filling in for the class.
Yes.
So every person you engage with, you try to leave them with something for them to chew on that's of value.
Yes.
And I remember it was COVID. It was like the very beginning of COVID, and I was running through the neighborhood. And this is when we lived like 2 blocks or 3,
right.
2 or 3 blocks from one another.
Right.
And we do our stop. Always do our stop by. What's up?
I'm cutting grass.
Yeah,
You're running by.
You're right. And you said that, Mohammed, and people can have whatever views they want on COVID. I don't care. But you said, Mohammed, this is a respiratory disease.
Yes.
We should be working our lungs to become stronger.
Yes.
If this is, instead of us jumping to needles,
yes,
let's work on building stronger. Oh, male. Yeah. Let's work on building stronger lungs.
Yes.
And then we'll be prepared for any type of situation.
Yes, I said that.
You did.
Yes.
To this day, brother, I don't think I've missed too many days of running. To this day.
Yes,
today
sir.
I ran 4 miles. Every day I run 4 miles.
Right.
Because I was like, yo, I remember when Kari told me that.
Yeah.
You kind of walked me into one of the topics I want to talk about, just overall, just being a Muslim man.
Yes.
I want to talk about that in particular. Is one thing you said that the husband first,
father second.
Father second.
Yes.
I think I never knew the outside Kari. We be outside. I never met that Kari.
Right.
I've only known Kari as the father. Like, I've only known Father Kari, right?
Right.
You know, ain't no Catholic joke, I promise. But,
right.
like, I've only known it like, like
guy.
that.
Right.
But how has your overall Muslim, do you think your Muslim experience helped you become more organized
1,000%.
man? Do you think so? Do you think it was
1,000%.
already, or was it already?
1,000%.
Okay. And you think it was from you reading the Quran, and then just, what was it? What was it for those who don't, like, because I really want to have this conversation.
Well, it's okay. So, first time you ran,
yes.
right? How was that?
Oh fuck, I don't even remember it.
Right.
It was horrible.
But you made the effort to go run.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So I made the effort to make something different in my life.
Right.
Right. Was it easy? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But every day you do a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So you probably went from barely getting that mile in, if it was a mile.
If it was a mile.
Right. To 20-some years later, you're doing 4 miles a day.
Right.
So you've become a better runner over time.
Yeah.
What has that shown you in reference to discipline, focus, clearing your mind, that's made you learn how to do things better in your life?
Yes.
All right. So learning how to be a better Muslim, following the tenets, learning, reading, understanding, living life, and making a gang of mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? You have a better understanding. So then you make better decisions.
And that structure is off of this
is how I'm going to live my life. Have I done the best job of it? We don't have enough time to discuss the foolishness.
Right.
We don't have enough time for that.
Yeah.
But it makes you think about certain things in a different way.
Okay.
Right? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, give me an example.
So I know a lot of people have this thing with Islam, and women can't do this and women can't do that, and men have all these things that they can do, right? Half of my responsibility as a Muslim man is to be a husband and a father. Half. I'm gonna let that sink in.
Yeah.
Half.
It's 50% of the job.
50% of the job is having a family.
But one might argue and say, well, being Muslim means you have multiple wives. So how are you even
Okay,
dedicating yourself to one
cool.
family?
So
Let's go there.
So
What do you
okay.
what do you reply with that?
Number one, what is a man's responsibility as a husband?
To provide.
To provide, protect,
Yeah.
to spiritually, emotionally, physically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lead your family,
Right.
right? Okay. So in reference to money, right? Since everyone has that issue,
Yeah,
right? When a father gets paid, a husband gets paid, it's the family's money.
Correct.
It's not his.
Right.
When the wife gets paid, it's her money. That's what Quran says. That's not what I say.
So you're saying that if you can do it,
If you can financially, it's in reference to having multiple wives.
yeah, because that's that's the first argument.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can, number one, financially do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's a discussion that you need to have with your wives
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to choose wives.
Yeah.
Number two, are you emotionally healthy enough to do that?
Mm.
Are you spiritually strong enough to do that? Right?
Right.
And then the other part is do you have time to make them children?
Mm. Right.
Because again, you have to do all of that for each individual wife. However you guys plan to do that, it's up to you. It's called communication,
Yeah, right. Right.
right? It's called having integrity in what you do. It's called, hey, well, I think I want to do, is that okay?
Yeah.
Right? Why would you, for some people out here that think with their ego and their pride, I want two, right?
Yeah.
But why would you pick two that don't get along? That's dumb.
Right.
You're asking for baby mama drama, right? You're not asking for a family unit. You're asking for drama. So choose wisely.
Okay. Because that's the way. If people were to look at, I mean, honestly speaking, me now being, we in August?
We're in August.
We're in August. I
Yes.
would be for
You
bro.
have to look, yes.
Yeah, I'm 8 months into the marriage, 4
Yes.
months into being a
Yes.
father, right? I cannot imagine another wife. Another wife. I was gonna say wife, but I can't imagine another wife.
That's a lot of work.
That is so much work that I cannot wrap my head around, honestly. But I like the conversation people have because sometimes when you this is my issue. When we start talking to black folk, right? They only go into the sexual element of having multiple wives. You can,
Right.
but they don't realize
All of the stuff that comes with that.
yes. And I don't think anyone is prepared for that type of work. Actually, I got a question here in the comment section. Hannah asked, she says, Islam allows for I say the word
Polymory.
Thank you. You read more than I do.
I know. So Islam allows for a husband to have multiple wives.
Right. So there it is. That's literally the definition.
But I understand her question.
Yeah.
That's why I specifically said Islam allows for a husband to have multiple wives.
Right. Oh, a husband to have multiple wives.
Yes.
Not the ain't no.
Because again, remember back to what I said is required of a Muslim man and what a husband's requirements are.
Right.
Right? So, if you are a wife with multiple husbands,
Okay.
whose leadership are you following?
See, you got me saying I did that.
Mind you, we're not talking about sex.
Right.
Put your balls back in your drawers.
Right.
So, whose advice, whose guidance,
Right.
who's essentially being that the father, the husband is the spiritual head of the household.
Right.
Which leader or spiritual person are you following? Because there's no way you're going to be able to follow 3 men at the same time.
Right.
It's not possible.
It's just.
But
There we go.
if you have 3 people you're leading, that's possible.
Okay. Now, my question for you is that something that would you ever see yourself doing?
Not really.
No.
No.
May I ask why?
I've had 2 beautiful marriages. Nah.
Okay. And you're like, you just, the system just.
Well, no, not the system, but I know how I'm built. Right? So, could I do it? Yes, I could.
Right.
But would I be able to do it 100% for both? I'm gonna tell you right now, no, it's not gonna happen. One of them gonna come up short. Facts. To be honest, one of them gonna come up short. So there's no sense in me even doing that.
Right. You say it so clearly, like my brain is like, like you, it's like so. But that's the honest conversation that I don't think anybody ever. You being that aware of yourself and
Yes.
saying that somebody's gonna come up short. I think that's where a lot of people. I think a lot of people's egos get in the way, and they think they can balance it. Me personally, like back in the day, back when I was playing the roster game, as I call it,
Right.
bro. That shit is exhausting.
And that's only having a roster.
Yes.
That's not feeding, clothing, guiding, right? Educating. That's not taking care of, providing. You're not. All you providing was swipe. You was laying pipe.
That's it.
You're a plumber. That's it.
That's it.
You weren't laying concrete. You weren't building. You weren't giving food. You weren't providing.
None of
all
that.
you was doing was coming in, doing the yoga, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's easy.
That part is simple.
That's easy. But now, do the yoga, right?
Yeah.
Then wake her up and make her pray with you in the morning at 5 o'clock. And then make sure she eats right. And then make sure she gets off to wherever she got to go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Tomorrow, because you have a roster.
Yeah.
And you have to do it again tomorrow with somebody else, not with her, the next one. Right?
Yeah.
And if you're feeling yourself that day, then you got the third one in the afternoon. So are you gonna provide, protect, and maintain? No, you just laying pipe.
That's it.
That's easy.
The comment section.
It's lit.
They
I
say
don't even have to look.
they say you're a plumber. I'm crying. I never heard that analogy myself. But yeah, I always find that to be very interesting because it's like I look back now and I'm like there's no way. Like to be a decent husband, just to be a B- husband takes a lot of work.
Yes.
It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of work on both parties, like on the guiding part of making sure and also being patient and leading in the right way.
Why would a woman marry a nigga she's not gonna listen to?
No woman would marry a nigga
she's
she
not
ain't
gonna
gonna listen
listen
to. I know.
So then there has to be teamwork.
Exactly.
There has to be a back and forth.
Right.
I hear sometimes people say that marriage is 50-50.
Cap.
Right? That's some whole horse shit. Okay? If you aren't giving 100% effort to your spouse every day, you for the fucking streets.
So 100.
It's 100 and 100. There is no, why am I giving you half of me? The fuck?
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Because somebody said I'll give you 50% of your paycheck.
You wouldn't take that. You'd be like, what? Give me all of my money.
Right.
Right. So why would you give the person you chose to live with 50%? Somebody you're literally about to build a whole community, and you're going to give them 50%? Excuse my French, you's a whole ass nigga if you're going to give your wife 50%. Kind of shit is that? If you don't give her everything you got every day, mind you, every day it might not be your 100%. You might only have 80 in the tank.
Right.
But you're giving her all your 80.
Right.
Some days she might only have 20 in the tank. She's giving you all her 20, right? 'Cause she just pushed out a whole new universe, right? So her body's rebuilding. It's all going back together, and you over here tripping because she's having a bad day. Nigga, she just had your baby. You better go over there and give her some support. You better go over there and rub her head. You better go over there and do what you're supposed to do. Duh.
Duh.
Does it mean you want to that day? No, but you better go do your job. This is what you signed up for.
And then and especially for the guys, when you say it like that, right? And then the guys who have multiple wives,
They do that for every single wife.
That's crazy.
I have a partner that's got multiple wives, and that. But his family is solid. That's what they agreed on.
Right.
That's how they chose to do it. They've had clear communication. He said, "This is where I want to go." They said, "Cool. Now how are we going to get there?"
Right.
And each of them said, "This is my part in this movement."
Right.
So one might be the teacher.
Yeah.
One might be the person who farms and deals with food and health.
Right.
Make sure the family's healthy.
Yeah. Everybody's cog in the
Everybody's a cog. Right, precisely. So if you're not going to be a cog in the wheel and you're just going to basically lay back with your legs up in the air, go on somewhere with that. We don't need that. We got things to do.
I have a question right here from Sister Hannah. She said, do you find it realistic to be able to give your 100% to yourself and to 100% to your partner every single day and expect them to do the same?
1,000%.
You think that's possible?
It's very possible. If I give you all that I got, right, every day. Remember I said, if all I have is 80%, I have to give you my 80%. I don't have 100% in the tank.
Right.
Some days I might have 10% in the tank.
Right.
But if I'm giving you all I got every day, I'm giving you 100% of what I have.
It makes sense. Because we look at the 100% like the 100%, but it's really 100% of what you have internally.
That day. And if you can't give anything, baby, I need a minute.
Right. And that makes perfect sense.
I didn't say you have to excel and be, Jordan every day.
Right.
But remember, Kobe gave 100% every day, right?
Right.
Broken body parts.
Yes.
Right? Flu. All these things. He tore muscles, tendons, and he still gave 100% of what he had at that moment.
And not all of them led to wins.
And not all of them led to wins, right?
But
if I give all that I have every day.
Yeah.
Right? So if we got 2 cups and we're filling it, right?
Yeah.
It's healthy. It's not just me pouring into you all day and not getting anything in return.
Right.
If all you have is this much in your cup.
Yeah, let me pour some of mine. Get it?
But you're giving me what you got.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's 100% effort every day. 100% effort every day. If all you have in your tank is 50%, then you give 100% of that 50%.
That makes sense. I can't even knock it.
Right. So what you're telling, what that sounds like is no matter what's going on in your life, you're the top G Mohammed every day.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
We're humans. We're not robots.
No.
So some days, right, you have that moment, right?
Right.
Some days you look over and you go, I really did that?
Yeah.
It happens.
Right.
Duh, you're not going to be perfect every day.
Right.
Because she's going to look at you and be like, this nigga.
You're right.
Right? But after that gets out the way, right, this nigga riding with me.
Right.
God, you're irritating. Do you need anything?
Yeah. I was explaining to Key the other day. I was like, it was a Friday night. It was last Friday. And one of my favorite things to do, I was explaining to her, is on Fridays after me busting my ass on the show, clients, working, whatever, everything, I was like, I really have no interest in like going out, but one of my favorite things to do is I love to make it like a mojito and then just sit and just talk to her. She doesn't drink. She doesn't drink at all. That's not my...
Good for her.
Yeah, I know.
That shit needs to rub off on you.
I think it will with time, but also... And it's funny because my mom, she does, and my dad, he don't even eat candy. Like he don't.
Right. He's a beast. He's a monster.
He's
a whole different human being.
I want him to be on the show so bad, but he is so anti-camera. It's crazy. I would have to pay him.
Talk to him about that.
If you can talk to him about that, you're the only person who can probably get through to this man.
I go talk to him.
I've been asking him for almost 2 years.
And I'll tell him that we'll go on the show.
Yeah, I think we'll talk. But
But that'll get him to come out here.
yeah, he. I've been trying to get him on the show. Even when I called him, I tried to call him on air. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go, brother," because I don't tell people. I mean, I do tell you like, "Hey, I'm on the air," but Dad, this is my quick question for you. Once he heard I'm on the air, he's like, "Brother, I gotta go ahead, call me back. I gotta," and hung up. In the community witnessed the whole thing. They saw the whole thing happen.
Of course.
But I wanted to just. It was like one of my favorite things to do is just to sit and just like talk to her.
Yes.
It's my only decompression. Like I have no interest in like being outside or going out. But that's like where I was literally explaining to her. I was like, this is where, especially when finally everything, when all the work slows down, Ablo's already asleep, where I can decompress and I can give my 100% to you.
Yes.
To you. Now sometimes she be getting crazy. She be trying to have me build things around the house, but that's another conversation.
Right.
But for the most part, that's where I do it. At the end of the day, where I can just sit and talk to her. We don't watch any Netflix shows.
Just talk.
We just talk. That's it.
Good.
That's the only thing. That's literally what started the whole. Because we started dating during COVID, so all of our
interaction, conversation.
That's it. It was it. It was nothing to do except talk.
Can't beat that.
So now that's all we do. We don't watch any shows or anything. But I want to actually bring the conversation back to more you. Back to talking about things you put 100% into.
Yes.
It is one thing my mother can always attest for with Brother Kari. She said, Marie Callender's, the Cheesecake Factory, tell them to move off. And this is the words of Rochelle Cook. I don't even think you've seen new Rochelle, like Rochelle Cook with 2 grown kids. She don't give a fuck. She say anything. She don't say anything.
Right.
She'll say, tell them to move the fuck out the way. They don't know cheesecake. She questions if they even know real sugar. Their entire existence is a joke when she had a bite of the cheesecake that you made. To this day, I have yet to have a cheesecake that comes an 1/8, a 16th as good as yours, my good brother. Where, I know you say you like to cook, but the cheesecakes.
Okay.
Where did that come from? When did you know that was it, brother?
Okay, so. All right.
Cheesecakes be Hold on. Right before you start, there's one more story I got to tell you. Okay. Remember when you came to the old house right there off of, I think it was Hemlock?
Yeah, with the
all the homies.
Yeah, with the peach cobbler.
Yeah. Listen, a fight happened. I think I told you. A fight happened in the house. I was saving we was going through the cheesecake. I told these niggas, when it gets to the last fourth, you're done. I'm not sharing anymore at the last fourth. These niggas didn't interpret it that way. I came back home. Told you that same 16th Marie Callender's. Them niggas. Ask Tyrone. Ty, I don't even think he's alive right now. I don't think he's I don't think he's in the chat. The one who's in the show with me, who sits in the middle, Ty. He was living with me.
Right.
One of our other roommates, I ain't gonna say his name.
Right.
Had the audacity to leave me a 16th of my cheesecake.
Right.
We fought. It was a brawl in the house. Off of cheesecake. If somebody would say, maybe it was backed up off of other things. No, I never had beef with him prior to that moment. Maybe you're having a tough day. No, it was a great day. It was about the cheesecake. Everybody tried to play therapist with me about thinking it's a million other things. It's not a million other things. It was about the cheesecake. Could I have easily just called you and asked you, hey, bro, I just want to pay for another. I want to get another. I could have done that. But
you could have.
I could have done that.
Right.
But this nigga had he knew it. I told these niggas. But anyways, your cheesecakes have started fights. Now, please continue more about the cheesecakes. Right. Please.
So, let's see. I was a junior in college. Had a roommate from L.A.
Okay.
Right? My man, Dawood Headley L.
Muslim man.
Yes, sir. He's a chef, right?
Oh, shit.
There was a soulful restaurant down the hill from where we lived, and that's where he worked. He walked up to cross railroad tracks, come up to the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
and he had this 8x5 business card.
That's big. Wait, hold on.
8x5. His
Yeah,
business
bro.
card was
Yeah.
it was this big. It was Cheesecake Delight. It was a guy like this, chef outfit, his name and number on the bottom, right? I never knew he did the cheesecake demo. I was just like, he's a chef, right?
Yeah.
You know, he come home with oxtails and, you know, all those things, right?
Yes, yes.
Candy yams and stuff, right? But he was like, yeah, I gotta make a cheesecake, and I'm like, ugh, like cream cheese, ugh, that's nasty.
Right.
You know, and then I have this thing, right? I always had this thing. If it's white and creamy and my mother or my grandmother didn't make it, I don't eat it.
Wait. You give me so many quotes. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
You can watch it all you want to. If it white and creamy and ain't come from my mama or grandma, I ain't eat that shit. I don't give a fuck if it was pasta. Unless it was ice cream, I don't eat mayonnaise. I haven't ate mayonnaise my whole life. I don't eat mayonnaise. Right? But anyway, he's telling me.
She said, "What the fuck?"
Right. It is what it is. So he's like, yeah, I make cheesecake. You gotta taste it. I'm like,
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I'll make you some, you know, because he's
Yeah.
in the process of doing it.
Yeah.
But he was making cheesecake already, so he didn't have a springform pan to make cheesecake.
Okay. I don't know what a spring form pan.
The flat pan where you open on the sides, you pick it up, take it off. The sides of
Oh.
it can pick up and take off. He didn't have it.
Okay.
This brother made a cheesecake in a bundt cake pan.
That's the one to make pound cake in.
Right.
And he made a cheesecake
He
in
made a
it.
chocolate chip cheesecake in a bundt cake pan.
How'd it taste?
Best fucking thing I ever had in my life.
So then you had that, and then you said,
It's a wrap. I'm on it. Like, I can do that. Right?
yeah.
So we moved, and the spot we lived in, we used to throw parties.
Right.
No, like in the backyard, we throw parties.
All right.
We'd make stewed chicken or curry chicken or oxtails.
That's not even that's heaven.
No, we had a DJ in the backyard with that, right? And we used to serve the plates out the back window, so they never had to come in the house. We just served the plates out the back window of the living room, right? Because it was me, Dawood, and my other roommate. Shout out to Sagai Free. We used to have that in the thing, and then I would make like ice cream or some ice cream floats, something like that.
Yeah.
And at FAMU, they have something called the African Marketplace.
Okay.
Every Friday, if you have something to sell, you go out there. So you might find dudes that make T-shirts,
Right.
right? Sell incense, you know, whatever you sell, CDs,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you do, right? And there was this really skinny Rasta dude, right?
He said he got me with the first half of that quote. Anything white and creamy.
Exactly. This Rasta cat, right? He had a
Mhm.
coffee table, right? He put a bag over his shoulders, over his arms, and he carried his coffee table like this. He'd grab a leg of the coffee table and carry it down to
with 4 legs down, he just.
I'll never forget this dude, right? He was thin like me, but he was shorter than me. He was like yoked. He was thin.
Yeah.
He picked up the table like that. He'd come down the stairs. He put the table down, right? Take his backpack off, throw the little cloth on it. He made hacky sacks. So he would do hacky sacks. He'd be kicking the hacky sacks, right?
Yeah.
So I talked to my roommate, Dawood, and said, hey. And Dawood was about to leave to go to Barbados to go see his family, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, hey, can I use your recipe to make cheesecake?
That's nice of you. They at least ask that one because
Well,
you
no,
probably
I-
already
no,
knew it.
No, I didn't have the recipe. I asked him for the recipe.
Oh, okay.
Like literally, can I?
Because you seem like you're the type that you can see something once and then you'll know how to do it.
Now,
Yeah.
but not 1994.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
No. So he said yes. So I would literally, at night on Thursday night, I would make 3 cheesecakes: cherry, orange marmalade, and blueberry. For real, I'd make 3 cheesecakes.
Yeah.
I cut them up. I go on the set, set up my table,
Yeah.
and be like cheesecakes for $3 a slice.
Sold out every time.
Almost every time I sold out.
Oh my gosh.
Right? I leave, married Isaiah's mother.
Mhm.
Isaiah was born.
Yes.
Right? That didn't go well.
Yeah.
Came back to LA. Right? Summer no, 2006. I was
Okay.
working at Home Expo, South Bay Galleria,
Okay.
and I'm like, I can't be broke and working for somebody else.
Right. Right. Right.
I can't do that.
Right.
This is not gonna work.
Yeah.
I have to do something, right? So, I said I'm gonna slang cheesecake. Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make cheese. I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I went and got a Xerox box. The paper, the box, the paper comes in.
Yeah.
Got the box, emptied it out, and then I put on a piece of paper. I put Cheesecake Pimp, $3 a slice. Swear.
Cheesecake Pimp.
On a piece of paper. Cheesecake Pimp, $3 a slice. Right. And then I got the little plastic containers.
Tell me you trademarked that name. That is genius. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Right. So then I filled up the box. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I got on the bus in Hawthorne and caught the bus all the way to South Bay Galleria. And I was like, I didn't even say anything. I just get on the bus, sit down, open the box up, and just sit there. What you got in there, homie? Cheesecake Pimp, homie, $3 a slice.
When you say the name when in the
And
response.
just wanted to- what? I said, yeah, strawberry, cherry. What would you like? Oh, I'll take a strawberry. Okay, cool. And then I'm going about their day. Put them in my pocket, keep going. When I got to work, whatever I had left, I sold at work.
Cheesecake Pimp.
Yeah, $3 a slice. That's what I swear, that's what I did.
And how long were you doing this?
A few months.
Okay.
Right, and it got to the point where people at work would just order.
That's genius.
Yeah. That's how I got married. Gave her cheesecake.
You-
Just saying, you can call her and ask her, she'll tell you.
Because of a cheesecake.
I cook well.
Yeah, listen. No, it literally, Ray said, I'm very interested in these cheesecakes, no cap. Listen, Ray, you're out here. This is what I'm going to do. We're going to, at one of the DDS recordings, what we're going to do, I'm going to order one from this man. When I order it, we're going to literally try the cheesecake live together as a fan. DDS, Ray, if you're here.
Hey, Ray, I'm sorry, dog. I apologize up front. Right. I can't.
What you going to tell him?
I can't help you how you going to respond.
I know the feeling.
Like, I'm just being upfront.
Listen.
Right? So I need you to understand. Everybody understand. Right?
Anna says, literally, my mouth is water.
I make the best cheesecake this side of Pluto.
Listen.
Okay. Let me make sure
Yeah. They there. They can hear you.
I make the best cheesecake this side of Pluto. And if it ain't it, I give you your money back.
Guaranteed.
I guarantee it.
Listen.
Fellas.
Listen.
Fellas.
I'll even get.
If you're having trouble at home
Mm.
and you're on the couch, Kari will get you off the couch in 48 hours. I don't care what you did. So when you call me and you tell me you need my help, you have to tell me what you did so I know which cheesecake for you to give to your woman. I promise you, I'm going to get you off that couch, player.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yes.
Yeah.
The cheesecake, brother. I'm not a fighter, but that day in my house,
he was a fighter.
I became a
The
fighter.
cook came out of you.
The cook. I wasn't Mohammed. I was David.
Right, the cook came out
The
of you.
cook came out. But
So yeah, I did that, I got some great help from a good friend of mine who became my wife. Right, she helped me create a business plan. The original name of my bakery, for those who want to know, everybody's not gonna get it, but everybody black will get it.
okay.
It was called Put Your Foot in It Bakery. I still have the business cards from 2007, 2008, right?
Yes.
And I met with a marketing expert, and she was like, that's a great name, but it won't translate to everyone.
Right.
Which makes sense, because some people are going to be like, you put your foot in it? Like, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Right? Right. So, being that I'm the person that I am, I wanted to find an African name that just resonated with me.
Yeah.
Something that was catchy, easy to say, because we can get them long, Igbo names, and it'd be like this long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to do that.
Right.
I found the word that means God's gift, and that's Jaja. So the name of my bakery is Jaja Bakery.
Jaja Bakery.
Jaja Bakery.
And where can they order?
You can hit me on Facebook. There's a Jaja Bakery on Facebook. I have an Instagram and a TikTok, and all of my information will be there.
Perfect.
You can send me an email. You can send me a DM. You can call me. We'll work it out. So as I was saying, so that people understand, I love what I do.
Yes.
Right? Like at the end of the day, I will. And at this point in my life, I will never do anything that I don't enjoy and don't love.
Right.
Right. So, Jaja Bakery is where love is the main ingredient in my food. It's not the herbs and spices, but I love what I do, and I pour that into my food.
Legit. No, and I can stand by that. And I'm not just saying this because I know you. I'm saying this because I've had the cheesecake multiple times.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
And brother, I think did you do an Oreo or was it an Oreo chocolate?
I've done an Oreo. Oh, the one for you.
It wasn't one.
No, that was the Grand Marnier with the orange. Yeah.
That one. That's the one that started the fight. That's what started the fight at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that I am just thinking about it. Now you got my head spinning. I'm like, yo, where is that nigga? It's like, yo, I think he owed me some. He said just followed on TikTok, perfect. Just
appreciate
followed.
you, bro.
I need to figure out where is he? I'm gonna call Ty after the show. What did we do with that nigga after? But hey, the funny part about it is, I ran into his girl the other day, and it was funny. I ran into her and I was like, yo, how's he doing? She's like, oh, he's good. And in the back of my mind, I was about to just start cussing at her, like, hey, he took my fucking cheesecake. It took it, but I was like, just be calm. I was like, hope everything's all good.
Yeah, everything's cool.
But yeah, man, yeah. Something else I wanted to talk about. I wanted to kind of take it off of the cheesecake for a minute, because I had to leave a segment for the cheesecake, right?
Of course.
Go pull the mic closer to you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I'm leaning back. Yeah,
okay.
Here it comes.
No, this is an appreciation segment. I want to talk about some Isaiah appreciation, man. One of my greatest.
This guy.
No, because listen, I tell this to a lot of people. If anybody thinks your friend is cool, if they have a healthy relationship with their parent, most likely the parent's cooler. That's just a rule I picked up. It's very. I'm still trying to dial it in. There's still some kinks in it,
yes.
Right? It's like people think I'm interested, right? Let David Cook walk through this door.
Yeah.
This whole show is done.
Yes.
So this whole show is done. Nobody even knows who Mohammed is anymore.
Right.
We put him in front of a camera, he just gonna start.
He's gonna go in.
He's gonna go in on things that probably don't even deserve it, but he's
gonna go in.
He's gonna go in.
He's gonna go in. Yes.
So that's why I thought it was really important that I really wanted to have you on the show, because Isaiah, hands down, one of my greatest supporters, one of my greatest friends, somebody who I have watched grow. And he's only a year under me, right? He's only a year under me. So I watched grow is like, there's air quotes on that because we're growing together.
Right.
But I just have to give you your flowers, brother, because dads don't get the credit. You've done a damn good job. You've done a damn good job with brother Isaiah, because I don't meet as many solid people, and I don't keep a lot of people. But Isaiah, no matter where I'm at and what I got going on, one of the most solid brothers I've ever met. I'm really trying to think. I'm making a list in my head right now. Like, there's a very small list of people.
Not because he's my son, but that dude is solid.
But I have to, because everywhere else in the world, everybody's going to say, I love you, Isaiah, I love you, Isaiah.
No.
But I have to I got to give the foundation, like we talked about earlier.
Yes.
It's credit.
Yes.
The things you taught him, the lesson, even the ones he didn't listen to you on. And he come to me about it, and I said, why didn't you listen to your dad? Because your dad told me.
Right.
So I got it. One of the most solid brothers. And I give credit to fathers. I always will give, because fathers do not get their fucking credit. Period. I don't care what anybody says about that. So yeah, brother, whatever was the secret sauce you put within that cheesecake, if love is the secret ingredient, brother, you did it.
Um,
You don't. Excuse me. You're doing it.
yeah.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I had to. I want to talk about just what is one thing. What is one thing? You know, one more thing. The question I always ask myself are, if your 20-year-old self walked in the room, what would you tell him? It's one of my favorite questions to ask anybody.
Graduate.
So that's your only. That'll be like if you walk through this door right now, just hey, what's up? What's good with you? Tall.
My only regret
Hmm.
is not graduating from Florida A&M University. Not the madness, not the farming, right?
Yeah.
Right? Not the utilizing things that I didn't pay for to survive in college.
Yeah.
Not that. Not the mistakes I made as a father, as a husband, not going to jail, none of that. Young man, graduate. You came here for a reason. Don't leave until you fix that shit.
Wow.
You set out to do something, complete the goal. Finish what you started. That's it.
That's it. Because it's so weird for me. That's why I'm on short. My brain is like, because I'm in such like entrepreneur new world. I was like, is college? I mean, it's weird for me to say it because I did graduate. So
Right.
it's like I'm saying it through a different eye. But I'm like, I was like, does it get
Everything has a purpose, right?
right? Right.
That might not be in a certain person's purpose.
I mean, the graduation.
Meaning college, period.
Right.
That might not be on their path,
Right.
right? Do you have to go to college to become a plumber?
No.
No,
No.
you don't. Do you have to go to college to be a gardener?
No.
No, you don't. Right? But you will need to go to college for certain skills,
Yeah.
because that information or that certificate or that piece of paper is required to go where you want to go. So if that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
go for it. But make the right decision.
Okay.
Because you'll find people who go to college and then never use that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because it wasn't on their path, they just don't use it. I'm still an architect,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But the only regret that I have is not finishing what I started.
So interesting.
That's it.
Honestly, I would have never, I wouldn't have thought this one from you. This one, I'm stumped. I wouldn't have considered that one a regret for you because you've done so much.
Nope. That's the one thing I would change.
It's going to be an emotional moment when you watch Isaiah cross that stage.
Bruh.
You're going to cry.
A little bit.
You're going to cry.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. A little bit.
For multiple reasons.
For
multiple reasons at the same time.
Yeah, very much so. 100%. Not even gonna lie to you. 100%. I'm gonna be a fucking fool. I'm gonna be a whole fool. I'm gonna be a whole. There is gonna be nothing civilized about me at my son's graduation. I might even remind him of the socks he wore when he graduated high school. He don't think I remember that.
I don't even. See, I don't even know. I want to know.
I
know.
do.
Yeah.
Right? I get on Isaiah about his socks, right? So when he see this, he's
Yeah.
gonna laugh about this shit.
Okay.
Right? But yeah, it's gonna be a historical moment. Facts.
It's like
100%. Like,
because even for those who they don't even know even Isaiah's journey in itself, his journey, like that when it's gone here to go there to go here for him to land
There.
there.
Yep.
For him to land there. You're going to look at this moment. You're going to take in that moment and be like, I remember when I was walking through the halls holding you
Yep.
to figure this out. And then I had to, and you I don't think you ever told why did you leave? What made you, was it a money thing? Was it a time thing? Was it a girl, shawty? Like, what was it?
My ex-wife.
That's what it is. My dad said 3 things that will ruin every man, specifically black men: drugs, alcohol, and women. He said, never mix your vices. He said, if you want to do, you get
and
one.
Women will cause the other 2.
Exactly.
So, excuse my French.
Brothers out there.
Excuse my French, y'all. Pick your pussy wisely. It's not a fucking banana.
Yeah.
It can change your life.
Yes.
I told some young men where I work the other day. 30 minutes can change your life for 30 years. Yeah, drink that one.
I'm gonna say, whoa.
But the thing is
Yeah.
know, I have smoke for men and women.
Yeah. No, it's mutual.
So pick your penis wisely. Because you pick the wrong one, you're going to have to deal with his energy for 7 years in your body. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Ray says, Mo knows I done chose the wrong one before. Oh, yes.
So I've done it too.
Yeah, we
So-
all have. We
so
all have.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yes,
Right.
yes, we all have.
But since there's young people watching the show,
Yeah.
there's young men watching the show. No woman wants a man with no purpose.
My eyes on you on that one.
I'm going to let that sink in. No woman wants a man with no purpose. You could be an all-star athlete. You could be the greatest whatever fraternity you belong to. But you let 30 minutes of time mess up your life, you will have no purpose. Focus on the goal, not the hole.
How do you have all the? You have focus on the goal, not the hole. 30 minutes changes 30 years.
Yes.
Pick your pussy wisely.
Yeah.
These are valuable lessons.
Yes.
These are very valuable lessons. These are the same lessons that my father told me, but
Just didn't say the same thing. I didn't say it. He didn't say it.
he didn't say it. He didn't say it like that. But it's ironic enough. I got enough of the concept. I got enough of what he said.
Yes.
And just when I started going off the rails when I was living in Edgewater, guess who walked through the door? like clockwork. Like clockwork. And had to remind me, hey, yo.
Yeah, bro.
You need to slow down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab my phone real quick because we about to wrap up the
Yep,
episode.
I know.
It's a series of questions. Now I'm going to get the phone first. Here we go. Here we go. It's always, I like to end every episode with a series of questions
For sure.
asking everybody kind of the same thing, right?
Let's get it.
And I call it the Snoop Dogg GGN questions because back in the day, in 2012, when I first got into realizing I like broadcasting and cameras,
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg had a show called the GGN Network.
Yes.
And when
This
I
guy
just,
says he likes podcasts. This boy been talking since he came out there.
they don't even know.
They have no idea.
They had no
This
idea.
dude is motor mouth. Like,
For-
what the hell?
How
He talks as much as I do.
we're pretty bad.
Yes.
We're pretty bad.
I know I run my mouth.
Here we go. So here we go. We got a first couple of questions. The first thing you do when you wake up.
Open my eyes.
Okay, after you open your eyes. That was the first thing you do.
Damn, I made it.
I like that. Hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. So now I got food for somebody who knows
Right.
food. This is going to be
Right.
interesting. Tacos or burgers? If you made them.
Burgers.
Burgers. In my head, I'm thinking answers and I'm getting them all wrong right now. I just want to let you know I've gotten every single one wrong.
Right.
Chicken wings or chicken breasts?
Chicken wings.
Okay. Ass or titties?
Breast is dry. I don't like dry meat.
Yeah. I like breasts, but I cook it at like 320 for like 2 hours
No, it's just dry.
and like steam it. And that's why I
got
like it. Like, it's weird.
But if you cook a thigh right, that dark meat
Yeah.
is moist.
Yeah, I know.
Take it how you like it, y'all. But it is.
I know. Ass or titties?
Dookie.
Dookie?
Ass.
Ass. Oh, so I was like, my brain locked up. I said, what the fuck? Okay. Favorite pair of shoes of all time?
Stacey Adams. Snakeskin. Burgundy. I had a pair for like 15 years.
You still got them?
No.
Are you gonna get another pair?
Yeah, cream and purple to match the suit.
Does Steve Harvey get up?
No, Stacey Adams. I need the whole Stacey Adams demo. I'm gonna have a cream shoe with a purple snakeskin toe, purple laces, and the purple leather on the back. I'm gonna have a cream suit.
Okay.
Right? The cream vest, purple buttons. Right. I'm
Okay.
gonna have the purple argyle
Yeah.
handkerchief
Yeah.
with the purple argyle tie and the bow tie. I'm gonna be cleaning the bit.
Are you wearing this to Isaiah's graduation?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
I would love to
No.
know where when you have that whole get up, please take a picture.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, I need, because when I update the
At Isaiah's graduation, I'm going to wear a dashiki that my father gave me. I already know what I'm wearing.
you're crying. You're going to be wearing a dashiki your dad gave you while you're at your son's graduation
Matter
from the
of fact,
school.
it was the one he got married in.
You're crying. What the fuck? You're done. What? Ain't no crocodile tears. You're done. That's so emotional.
Yeah.
That's a big moment.
Yes.
Yeah, let me get through these questions.
Go
Hold on.
ahead.
Favorite cartoon of all time?
Favorite cartoon of all time. Has to be Thundercats.
Thundercats? Okay. Thundercats. Favorite cereal of all time?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios. That's good. This is tight. Favorite thing to cook? I've never had a chef, so what's your
Favorite thing to cook. Trinidad stewed chicken, coconut rice, and plantains.
Somebody just noticed something, Hannah. She said, when I respond to the breast is dry, he thought you was talking about titties, but then you said you're an ass man, so it works. Well played. You unconsciously walked into that one. I didn't even peep that. Oh my gosh. Somebody said that's my new IG note. Focus on the goal, not the hole. This is great. Okay. How many times a day do you think about sex?
I'm supposed to be honest.
I mean, that's what I hope.
At least a dozen.
A dozen? Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. A dozen.
I've been single too long.
Yeah, a dozen. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's like once an hour? Well, no, it's like once an hour and some change.
Right. If I'm working and I'm cooking, I don't think about it.
Yeah. But
Right,
then, like,
but-
when you go back to life,
I
you're
go
like,
back to life like, dang, it's been a minute.
yeah, one of them moments.
Yeah.
Okay. How many blunts do you smoke in a day?
Right now I don't smoke any.
There you
But
go.
when I was an Indian chief, I
Yeah.
smoked 3 blunts a day for 360 days straight.
What the fuck? Your lungs good?
I'm one lungs of gravy, huh? That's the only way I could be calm.
Right.
No, I literally before that I didn't smoke. I think it was like January 4th, 1997. I think it was, and I smoked for the rest of the year every day.
That's got to be costly. I'm just thinking on a financial tip.
You really worried about that?
That's true. When stress. Yes, true.
It
Yeah, you're right.
kept me out of jail, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I'm tripping.
You tripping.
I'm thinking about the wrong things.
Right.
Worst job you've ever had?
Selling meat door to door. Country fed meat, Tallahassee, Florida.
Stuck on an island, can only listen to 3 albums. What would they be?
Y'all gonna love this. Kevin Gates, Luca Brasi 3. I gotta have something to keep me motivated.
Okay.
3 albums only.
That's it. And you on an island.
And I'm on an island that I can listen to all the time. Probably any Isley Brothers album.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
my favorite group. Besides Mint Condition, Isley Brothers is it for me.
Isley Brothers over the Gap Band?
Are you kidding? Sidebar. Isaiah was born with an Isley Brothers album.
All right, you got it. Okay. You got it. And for
Right.
those in the chat, I got to make sure we're going to follow this up. When Isaiah's in town, I'm going to do another interview. And just so you guys can see the copy and paste. Like y'all, I'm telling you, you guys are going to see the
no idea. Yeah. Just imagine me with hair.
That's
Right, literally.
Same thing.
Same thing. Probably
Isley.
Mongo Santa Maria Afro Blue.
Oh, you got me. I don't even know what that is.
I know. Go look it up. Your dad does.
Okay. Okay. And if he told me this right now, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I ain't going to listen. But now I'm going to do it because, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Remake any movie and star in it. What would it be?
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X? It would be NB, obviously Malcolm X. Okay.
Right.
If you can have any superpower, what would it be?
Energy from the sun and the moon.
I don't even know what that means. What do you do with it?
Whatever I want.
You're the only person to stump me on this. I'll be honest with you. Usually I'm pretty
I
good.
know. No, people have asked me before, like, if you had a superpower, what would you want to do? Would you want to
Yeah.
be like, would you want to be like, Wolverine, be Ogun, or would you want to be Obatala? I was like, no, I want to have the power of the sun and the moon at all times. So I'll never be tired.
My responses is the ability to learn anything 10 times faster than whatever the market speed generally is.
You do that already.
I'm not 10 times faster.
Nigga.
I'm not. I'm pretty fast, but like, I want to be able to be like whoever is the best.
Have you met your parents?
No, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right.
Okay, so this is going to be the start and finish the sentence. So I'm gonna start a phrase, then you
Okay.
finish off the sentence.
Got it.
I always wake up blank.
Happy.
If I can work with anyone, dead or alive, I like to work with blank.
If I could work with anyone, Muhammad Ali.
If I can see anyone perform, dead or alive,
Prince.
I look for blank in a woman.
Peace.
If I wasn't a boss, I would be a blank.
I wasn't a boss. There's something else to be.
Don't put there's something else to be. I like that. My favorite position is blank.
In control.
Something, and okay, so now that's the close of that. And I'm going to close the interview with something you should do, but never will.
Something you should do and never will.
But never will.
Don't die.
Don't die. Real G's live forever.
But we leave.
But our
You wanna
physical leaves.
Right.
But our spirit is here forever.
Just so you know, the only way to live forever is to have children.
That's true. I'm one. Well, I got one.
You got one.
I got one.
All right.
I
So
got-
then he has one, and then they have one, and you live forever.
I never looked at it like that. Having kids is really how you live forever.
Yes.
I never thought about that. I like it. I never thought about that. I'm taking my time on the next ones because I got to get my money up. But nonetheless,
Right.
I like that. But anyways, Brother Kari,
I know we got to go. We got things to do.
you got things to do. We closed. I was supposed to close right around 2 on the dot, but I knew these questions were going to be great.
Right.
I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being in my life, brother. Thank you for just all the advice, the cheesecake, just being so present, even when I be slipping up with not communicating. That's why I have to make sure I know I ain't shit. Any of my friends, my family, they know I'm loose on the connecting.
Me and Isaiah have had conversations about you.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad, but thank you for an excellent businessman, but most importantly, an excellent chef, because goddamn those cheesecakes, bro, those ain't nothing like it. I like to lead the people. I always say I want you guys to stay happy. I want you guys to also say, I always say stay happy, stay optimistic. What do you think the people should stay?
They should stay focused.
That's perfect. I want you guys also, thank you guys so much. Any other closing remarks? Anywhere they can contact you?
If you need to contact me, of course, Jaja Bakery on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, and of course TikTok. I know Raymond said he followed me on TikTok.
Yes.
But any comments, questions, reservations, please let me know.
Perfect. I want you
Even if it has nothing to do with cheesecakes, because I know some of y'all are stuck on some of the stuff that I done said. So if we have to discuss it,
I'm clipping this. Don't worry about this.
I know your clip. Let me know. I'll be glad to answer them for you.
Listen, you guys, thank you guys so much for staying tuned in, especially with no promo. This is the new format of the show. I like talking to people who I find. See you guys back again for another episode of the Mohammed Cook Show. We are out.